Master's Rift.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name's Aceikith Gaming, back with another League of Legends ranked game, and we are out of placements and now back into the main stage of things within the League of Legends ranked series. I haven't recorded one for a little while. Part of the reason being is because I've obviously been recording other content. I've been doing Dead by Daylight, I've been getting back into iRacing again. And I'll be completely honest, I've been falling a little bit out of favour where League of Legends is concerned, because most of the games haven't been going particularly well for me. After we finished placement game number 10, we was bronze 1. At this point, we are now actually bronze 2. We actually did get promoted quite a while back. We did trying to do a few jungle games, not really winning a single one because lanes were literally just going appallingly before I could even do anything about it, which is all part of solo rank. And even support games were going pretty bad, I'm going to be honest. One of them was completely my fault, really, I will be honest. So just because, obviously, you know, I do try to play the best I can, you know, it does sometimes go badly wrong for me. So I'm not the... So even I do have bad games. So as you can see, we're playing Tahm Kench. We are. So since I have been last playing ranked games, I've actually fallen out of jungle completely. I have now, and I'll be honest, even support I haven't really been playing quite so much of. Reason being is because I have now started playing mostly solely top lane, which if you know me quite well from games that you play games with me, and some of you do, is that I do like the fact of being able to play top, like tanks. That is kind of like, you know, I like being at the forefront of the fight. So that is why I've started now that I'm going to start playing top lane. So we're playing Tahm Kench. We're against a Yasuo, which normally they do see them get played mid. They do get played top lane as well because of because he is very agile. I do try going for a try and go all in because the Diana there. Diana still wants to take the fight despite me being so low on health. And you're about to see that that they just go too aggressive. Katarina during the same time uses Ignite and a Flash to get a kill on the Xerath. The Xin Zhao is now trying to gank mid lane to try and get a return kill onto the Katarina. Katarina is also a very agile champion. She is. Should be able to dominate a Xerath as long as obviously she keeps on harassing him to the point where he has to basically just use his poking ability from a very far distance. We have played a Xerath game in support before. We only just about managed to win that one, despite me not really being able to do very much until quite late. Diana gets a kill on the Xin Zhao as well in a 1v1, possibly over trying to fight each other over a Scuttle Crab, which has just been taken by the Diana. Xin Zhao is a very good fighter, but not really known for being able to get away until he's got his ult. So Diana getting a very good early kill there. Yasuo, he has just gone back. As you can see, he's got himself some boots and a couple of daggers. He's most likely going to go for something that will be able to shred me even more, or possibly just try and get a bit more survivability for later on in the game. Because that's his two main things that he's possibly going to look to do. He's either trying to get more survivability against the rest of the team. Katarina does an extremely high amount of damage, as does Diana. It is a double assassin comp with a tank, an Ezreal, and the Sona as well. So Sona recently got a rework. And it looks like that she's being played a little bit more. Ever since we had Seraphine get put into the game, hardly anybody plays Sona. It was basically, if you want to play Sona, you might as well just play Seraphine. Really, it was pretty much that at that given time, really, to be honest. I'll try and go in for a couple of autos on the Yasuo. And you can see, I'm going to start getting very aggressive because you kind of got to, even though Yasuo has extreme movability, and that's the type of thing that you're going to see that, especially early, I am going to struggle with that type of thing. Because normally, tanks, say for example, or even fighters, don't have this extreme amount of maneuverability like what a Yasuo does, so for example. So it does look like that, yes, I've died already, but I think the main job for me, really to be honest, looking into this back now, what I should be looking to do is try and survive a little bit more, wait for Yasuo to go in for the all-in, and then straight after that, try and get him while he's under my tower, but a smart Yasuo won't really necessarily allow that to happen. Necessarily. I almost try and get him with my W, but I didn't quite execute that. But not to worry. So you can see I'm a little bit behind on farm where he is concerned. I am thinking about going back again because you can see my mana is a little bit low, which is kind of a problem, I guess, early for Tahm Kench, especially if you are, as a Tahm Kench, keep on wanting to try and poke the Yasuo. But the Diana's going to try and go in for an all-in on the Yasuo. She's basically just been perma-farming most of the time, apart from getting a couple of kills. You can see it's just a 1v1 against a Yasuo, and the Yasuo just gets killed.
Blue team double kill.
And Katarina, being Katarina, gets a kill on the Xin Zhao, as well as the Lux in bot lane. Xerath wasn't really able to get down to bot lane quick enough, and Xerath isn't really known to do that type of thing. Excuse me. So, as you can see, I've now bought a Bramble Vest. It's a very critical item to go against a fighter like Yasuo. And Yasuo is now gone down to bot lane, I believe, out of nowhere. Yeah, and Yasuo is now going into mid lane, about to try and take a near hit onto the Diana, try and stop the Diana from killing the Xerath again. The Katarina's now just trying to get back to lane. The Yasuo is now just about to start coming up again. As you can see, I'll just see, I'm about to put a control wall down and Yasuo just goes, yep, see ya, I'm going back to lane now. How you been? It's actually quite funny actually when I look at it, back at this, you know, because like, you know, I do want to try and climb the best I can. Yasuo makes a mistake, and I'm going to try and see if I can get him, but then I decide no, I'm going to back off, because I can suddenly see the Xin Zhao is starting to come up to top lane. And the only reason why I see him is because Sona, of all champions, has started roaming. Now, I'm not sure why the Sona is starting to roam. He's only been killed once, and that was by a Yasuo roam down to bot lane. Which I never saw, but he did TP down to bot lane. Which now, at this point now, I'm just wanting to survive the lane phase. I don't want to give Yasuo any more kills than need be. Sona and Katarina are too far pushed in now, and the Xin Zhao is going to start making a fight. And so does the Yasuo, so it's basically a 3v2. The Diana's nearby, but I believe she's just farming Raptors, and because of that, the Yasuo has just gotten a shutdown on the Katarina. Which is a little bit annoying, that the Yasuo is already just trying to roam as much as possible, just to try and get as many kills as he possibly can, and that way he can carry. To the point where, even if, say, for example, two of us was to try and take him on, like, very heavily, we won't really be able to do anything. I will say the one thing is that is a little bit weird with the Yasuo, is that he does wind wall quite a lot. That's a very good, that could have been a good ult, but Diana does take a little bit too much damage. You can see now that the Yasuo is going to try and go in for an all-in. But yeah, you can see the Diana is still wanting to go in, despite being low on health. And I completely missed my W. Like, I'll be honest, at this point, I'm a little bit annoyed. I am that. I just think, just get it over and done with, just kill him. He's so aggressive, it's stupid. You know? And like, you know, like, I'll be honest, like, when I realised that Sona was up in top lane, I got a little bit weirded out that Sona is roaming. I do not expect the Sona to really be like roam around the map. Like obviously all part of support is that you're supporting all lanes as well as your AD carry, but I don't expect a Sona to be doing this really, to be honest. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm grateful for the help, I will say that, but to see a Sona roaming, I don't expect it. So you can see Jin Zhao is now on Drake, and they do get the first Drake, which is an Infernal Drake, so it's a little bit disappointing. But I decided that I'm just going to back away from this. There's no need to really go pushing too much, but you're going to see that the Yasuo is going to try and stop me from backing up really. So I'm kind of on the edge now that really I can't afford to be backing right now. You can see how quickly he has pushed the lane. This lane, just about 30 seconds ago, was all the way over at his tower. All of a sudden, it's now come to my tower. And you can see he's going to try and stop me again from backing, which he does. But I'm going to continue backing, because if I stay here for too much longer, I am going to... no, I'm not going to have any mana, really. So it's either I'm going to need the support from the Diana. Excuse me. Diana is close by, so maybe the Diana could. And there's quite a bit of ping going on. I managed to get a good W in on the Yasuo. But yeah, like I will say that the Yasuo has been roaming a lot, so he could be a problem later on, possibly. But we'll have to wait and see. The Yasuo gets a good ult in. And you can see the teamwork between me and the Diana is actually quite good, actually, I will say. You know, it's starting to improve a little bit, but the Yasuo has so much maneuverability, it's ridiculous. That in all of that time, Xin Zhao has now come up to top lane to try and further protect the Yasuo a little bit. So like, you can see I have literally no mana now, so my only thing that I can do now is just back up. That's the only thing literally I can do. He does land a tiny little bit of a hit, does Yasuo, but he doesn't manage to stop me from basing this time around, thankfully. So I'm going to get myself some boots and my Barmy Cinder, and I'm also going to get a control ward and RTP to back up to top lane. So I do have ult up. I haven't used ult at all yet. Yasuo does not. He did ult Diana and to try and stop him, to try and stop the Diana for trying to successfully kill the Yasuo. Diana's back again though. I managed to land a very good W. And through all of this maneuverability, I accidentally used ult on the Diana. And you can see all of this maneuvering. And then all this time, Xerath has started ulting into top lane. And as well as that, Xin Zhao was roaming up. But by this point, it was a little bit too late already by this point. So we managed to get a kill on the Yasuo. And did use ult on the wrong target, I will admit. It wasn't meant to be on the Diana, but this is the issue with the point and click when you're trying to ult an enemy, but you can also ult a teammate, and that's the versatility of Tahm Kench, and that's why some people do play Tahm Kench in support. You know, it's the fact that as well as that, that you kind of, like, I see some people play Tahm Kench in support for the reason that you can use ult to get your AD carry out of a vulnerable position. I've seen that Katarina's starting to roam down the bot lane again, so I'm now going to just start hovering over mid lane a little bit. Yasuo is not around. And the Xerath is wanting to just try and poke me down as much as he possibly can. But I'm just going to take a little bit of this farm while I can, to try and stop him from getting minions on the tower. And then just like that, we managed to get the Xerath out of lane there enough. And just try and get this lane helped out a little bit for the Katarina. Because Katarina does want to roam, and I realised that. So it was kind of like, I don't really mind too much that I am roaming a little bit. Like, yes, the Yasuo is obviously in top lane again, I'm now going to be backing because I've now got more items that I can buy at this point. But I am just going to buy another control ward because I don't have one on the map. It's always, I find, very crucial to try and get control wards. And I find that a lot of players, particularly in low elo, that they don't tend to do that. I have also managed to get plated steel caps to go against the Yasuo, so that will help me a little bit more. But we did lose the first tower to Yasuo. That was kind of expected though, I will be honest on that. So, but you can see the Katarina now is going to start roaming. I am going to start going in on the Yasuo to try and stop him from making a getaway because I know that the Katarina is here. I do have ult. And that's a double flash. So the flash from the Katarina does stop the, does make sure that the Yasuo does flash out as well. And you can see I'm going to start going in for another all-in again in a sec. And I'm going to use my ult. As well as that, Xerath is going to start ulting as well. And we managed to get a good kill on the Yasuo, and during which time we've also managed to actually as well get the second Drake, which is Mountain Drake. So that will help me quite a bit. So I will be a little bit extra tanky as well as the Diana, because it will help out the Diana a little bit as well. And even the Sona, because Sona is typically very squishy, but she has gone Guardian. So she will be a little bit tankier. So Ezreal doesn't look like he's doing particularly well. 1-3-1 at the moment. Kai'Sa is doing very well. 5-0-2, already got Kraken Slayer, and she's starting to work on what looks to be Collector, which is going to be quite a troublesome item. Obviously to go against. The only one that is going to be not quite so good against is me, because I am just tanking. Tahm Kench, I will probably say, is pretty busted at the moment. And the reason being is because while he is tanky, he does also have a decent amount of AP damage with his Q. And he also heals from it. It got nerfed. It did recently as well. And that was what was so stupid. Was the fact that you could literally just go ahead, and as we can see, we're just about to have a fight breaking out between Xin Zhao and the Diana, Katarina, Xin Zhao, and myself, and the Xerath is all in it. Diana gets killed first of all. I am going to ult the Xin Zhao, and I'm going to make a little bit of a mistake. The Katarina starts walking kind of towards me, as well as that I'm walking towards her. So it's kind of like I'm trying to get the Xin Zhao as far away from his allies as possible. But Katarina kind of steps in the way a little bit at the same time. So I think it was kind of like both of our doing. Yasuo is now going to deploy Herald onto my tier 2 tower, which is going to be quite annoying. Which is going to complete most of the health. I'm just going to try and get the Herald away before they can execute any further damage onto it. But mid lane tier 1 is gone as well, so we're getting sieged a little bit early on. It's only 19 minutes gone, by the way, and things aren't looking too great. Like, my KDA looks okay, Diana's looks okay, and so does Katarina's. It's the Ezreal is probably not that great. The Sona's okay as well. You don't expect Sona to do particularly great to start off with anyway, because she is a support hyper. It's not really designed to deal damage. She's designed to be that kind of support that will do extra amounts of damage. As you can see, the Yasuo is now asking for help. Obviously we won't see that, and we managed to get the ult down. If we can get one more ult, no. The Diana is going to have to get away, but we thankfully do manage to get the kill on the Yasuo yet again. So the Yasuo is becoming a little bit, I would say, cocky, because of the fact that he is overextending quite a bit, and that's allowing me and Diana to get easy kills. Just a few minutes ago, Diana had no stats of her Magi. We've now got that back up to 8, so she's not doing too badly considering the fact that she's probably not having as good of a game as what she would like, but she's getting kills, you know, or even assists where she needs to. As we can see at the moment, there's a little bit of a fight breaking out where Drake is. Drake will be up shortly. It is going to be an Ocean Soul that we're going to be fighting for. We have got a Drake on either side so far. The opposing team managed to get an Inferno Drake, and we've managed to get a Man Drake. So they're going to have increased damage, but we're going to have extra armor and magic resist over the course. So obviously Ocean Drake will help with healing as well. As you can see, they will start pinging because they see that I'm around. Now, I was thinking at this point that only the Yasuo was only the Jinja was around, but the Diana's in the middle of fighting with the Yasuo again. I tried getting away from the Jinja because it turns into a 3v1, and you can see me picking there as I'm wondering why are we just randomly taking fights. You know, why are we not fighting for Drake right now? And like you can see that, like I'm a little bit puzzled to why Diana is now started going up the top lane, and I'm guessing really what she's thinking is that what she's thinking of doing is just trying to get top lane pushed a little bit more, but it's not necessarily like it was definitely a needless flash and it was a needless death for me. So you know, I'll take full blame on that, but it was kind of frustrating that we weren't fighting for that Drake really on that particular round. Excuse me. So you can see Ezreal just pinged Sona's ult, and I guess maybe she just used it, she fat fingered it. It's just kind of easy to do at times. And a big fight now happening up in top lane. And I end up just trying to force the Yasuo to back off. Because considering his play style all through this entire match so far, is the fact that the Yasuo is always going all in. He's not thinking, you know, is there others around me that, you know, will be able to assist me, or will they be targeting me in particular? The Katarina is kind of the same as well, which is why the KD8 is neutral for the both of them at the moment. Like, I just wait and push for the moment to see if the Yasuo takes the bait, knowing that, what his usual playing style is like. I try and go all in on the Jinjao, on the Zera. The Ezreal gets a kill, but then the Kaita also gets a kill on me as well. So I did get ulted by the Yasuo as well, which didn't really help much. So I can definitely help myself through some of my own personal gameplay that I am doing at the moment. But obviously that's all part of the learning experience. That's why I am a little bit of a lower ranking. You know, I can help myself with that. And you can see the Katarina's now going to try and go for an all-in on the Katarina, on the Deluxe. She does manage to get a kill, but she is ignited. Can she survive? For the moment, she does. But Kaisa is chasing her down, and although Katarina can just dash around, she does end up getting... The Lux ends up getting the kill on the Katarina in the end. And part of that is because of the fact that one of the abilities from Katarina for her dash actually ended up being in the Raptor's pit. So because I think she was kind of hoping that she allowed enough time to allow it to just be an execute by the Raptors, knowing she's not going to get away. But that kind of she was a little bit too quick on that. So we're about 25 minutes in. Yep, we're 25 minutes in now. As you can see, the gold difference is quite high. It is. They've enough got 45k gold. We've only got 37, almost 48. 38, sorry. At this stage of the game. They've got 4 towers. We've got none so far. But we are going to try and go in for an all-in on the Yasuo again. The Yasuo is just going to try and forcefully take the turret, but we managed to just about stop that tower being taken. But literally any champion could literally now go under turret and literally just auto attack it once, maybe even twice, and they will get that no problem. So I have gone back a few times, so noticing that the build, if you've noticed, first item is a fairly general mythic item that most tanks go for now. It's Frostfire Gauntlet. At the start of the season, it was Sunfire Aegis, but nowadays most tanks are taking Frostfire Gauntlet. If they are being fed a little bit and they need that and they want that extra damage, then they will take Sunfire Aegis, but they prefer the slow nowadays. They do. So it has changed a little bit. It has over the course of this season. I've also now completed that Bramble Vest that I got earlier on, and now got a 4 mail. The next item I am going to try and go for is a Spirit Visage, I believe, if I remember correctly. So my KDA is looking okay. Yasuo does manage to get the top lane tower eventually. So just Perseverance does grant him that tier 2 tower, but he is again overextending. So, and the opposing team does manage to get a second Ocean Drake. So they've got 3 Drakes, we've only got 1. That their next Drake will be Soul if they do manage to get it. Yasuo just uses his Tornado Q just to force me away. And I'm not sure exactly where most of the enemy teams are. The only person that's really is overextending now is the Jhin, and he kind of gets punished for it, like majorly. Unfortunately, I don't get an assist for that because I was a little bit late to that kill, but we managed to make a pick, which I wish kind of that we was in the position to be able to do something about it. Like maybe now start taking this into a kind of like an all-in now, but suddenly the Diana does disconnect. The Lux ults and then flashes away. Obviously realising that I am very close by and I can literally take down a Lux quite easily, because she is, although she does do a lot of damage, she also takes doesn't take much to be killed, even by Tahm Kench standards. You know, and that just goes to show how good Tahm Kench's damage is. Diana does manage to reconnect. She is now starting to purchase items for a Zhonya's Hourglass, which is going to be needed, especially if she wants to get in those clutch ults, which she probably will want to do that. And the Yasuo just keeps pinging. And you can see they're going to start... the opposing team is now starting to look at Baron. We don't realise this at the time, but the Yasuo is... the Yasuo flashes. Which would have been very good if we managed to get the Cerner ult on there. Then that would have been really good. But you can see there now that, that everybody on the red team is possibly starting to look to do the Baron now. Near enough half an hour in. You could say that they probably definitely should do at this point to try and further push every single lane even harder, because they've pretty much got every single tower now before they hit our base now. Even tier 2 bot lane tower is about to go, I believe. But Ezreal is trying his best to protect it.
Red team has slain Baron Nashor.
And there you go. So Xinjiao does manage to successfully slay the Baron. So that will be the first Baron over to the opposing team. So that will now start to become very annoying. Yasuo goes for an all-in. Just because you've got Baron doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do everything in your power. I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can, so that way the rest of the team is now going to start doing as much damage as they can as well. Katarina is going to try and take down two of the opposing team. She has to use her Zonya the Hourglass in the meantime, but they do manage to take down the Zin, the Kai'Sa and the Yasuo. Like, I will probably say them three are the three, like the Yasuo and the Kai'Sa are probably the two main carries. Lux isn't doing very well. She's already got 8 deaths. The Katarina isn't doing necessarily quite good per se necessarily, but she's also got a good amount of kills as well. So it's kind of one of those type of things where, yes, she's got some deaths, but she's also got a decent amount of kills as well. And I'm just standing there, just making sure that I'm getting the correct item. I am now. Instead of going for a Spirit Visage though, because I do then realise they've only really got 2 AP members in the team. One of them is Lux, which isn't really doing anything. The second one is Xerath, which is not doing a heavy amount. They're not particularly worrying for me. So I do start to look at doing Titanic Hydra rounds to try and do a little bit more damage for the rest of the team, because yes, we are already doing a good amount of damage, but as well as for Titanic Hydra, as well as doing a good amount of damage, it does also do a good amount of healing, which is what I want next. I want items that help me in healing with my Q. And Sona just goes in for an all-in there. Pretty ballsy, I will say. She does get killed by the Kai'Sa. I just managed to get a kill on the Kai'Sa to try and stop that. The Xin is going to try and back away now, suddenly noticing that, hang on a second, I'm now all alone. Yasuo is now trying to invade into our base now. Katarina is trying to protect it, but the Katarina will only be able to do so much. And as you can see now, at this point, is that the Katarina is trying to fight off the Yasuo as much as possible, but the Yasuo, as you'll probably notice in a minute, you can see in the top right hand corner is that Yasuo is level 18. Katarina during that part was only level 15, which is the same level as what I am right now. And the Ezreal is also level 15 as well as the Sona. So every single one of us are all level 15. The Lux is level 14. Obviously the Xerath is also level 16 because he hasn't really died that much. And I think if the Katarina wasn't dying quite as much, she will probably be level 18 as well, the same as the Yasuo. Obviously I'm a tank, I'm needing to keep up with the team. But you can see I'm now just going to start just trying to do as much as I physically can to try and help out the rest of the team. But a fight is about to break out, so I start walking, and then I realise, hang on a second, they're actually going for an all-out there. So I'm just gonna TP in. Wasn't needed in the end, but I thought TP in just in case a full-on fight does occur. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a rough throat, I think, possibly. But yeah, so we are starting to trying to hold our own. It is becoming difficult with this Yasuo, near enough permanently split pushing. He is built 5 items. He has at this point. And like, you look at Yasuo's farm as well, 314 farm, and that's because near enough all the time, all he has been doing is pressuring that top lane, and then he started pressuring bot lane a little bit, but not quite so much. But it's been mostly top lane. But we're gonna start just trying to pressure the bot lane tower now, trying to at least get our third tower. Like we managed to get the top lane tier 1 and the mid lane tier 1. We've now got bot lane tier 1. So I'm now just going to back immediately. I'm not going to risk any further because they are looking like they are going to start an all-in fight again. Yasuo isn't around on the map, but the Xin Zhao and the Kai'Sa both get downed.
team double kill.
And this is all the Katarina. It seems to be right now. The Katarina is doing a heavy load of work. Despite the amount of death that she has got, you can see that she is doing so much. And the Zera just cannot do anything. You know, so much so that I didn't even hear barrier go up. You know, like Zera's barrier just doesn't do anything anymore. Really, to be honest. Like, barrier's just become a pointless summoner spell at this point. Because the damage is just too high. You know, like back in Season 10, you'd probably say that, yeah, okay, Zera can take barrier, then that way it helps him and be able to sustain a little bit more in lane, you know, with helping with his defenses. As Yasuo goes in for another all-in, taps down the Diana. I did try and ult the Yasuo before he could do that, but it was just not possible, unfortunately. But we do manage to get another kill on the Yasuo yet again. So, yes, his creep score is very high. But you look at the difference between mine and Yasuo's KDAs. Yasuo's KDA is starting to become a little bit on the bad side. And that's because he's constantly trying to split push, which isn't really a good strategy for him. Sona gets in a very good ult, which allows me to W in, and as well as that, the Ezreal ults in as well, uses his ult as well. I get a double kill out of everybody that could have gained a double kill. It is a Tahm Kench. You know, I never thought I would say, oh yeah, Tahm Kench is going to get a double kill. You know, but we are now starting to look at doing the Baron now. But Drake is about to come up as well. We did get the previous Drake thanks to Diana managing to rescue this. And Drake is up now, and Diana starts to automatically just want to go towards Drake. We're fighting for Baron at the moment, but we know that obviously they should look to come in very, very soon. And yeah, so we managed to get the Baron. We do offer that. And we all decide, no, we've got to back off. And yeah, so we managed to all back off. Diana manages to also get Drake as well. So we're starting to make a comeback. We are. We managed to get Titanic Hydra, as well as Ezreal's now got Ravenous Hydra, so that will help out massively. And yeah, so because of Yasuo split pushing, it's kind of brought us back in. Like, about 5 minutes ago, we was, what, about 5k? We was about 5 to 7k gold behind. We're now fairly equal, and we've actually got more kills than the opposing team as well. So, we're turning this game around a little bit. Like, you can see we're only 0.3 gold, 0.2 gold behind. And this has all been due to the fact that we are just being in the right place and just, you know, punishing these lazy split pushes that I feel that the Yasuo could easily prevent, and just work with the rest of the team. Like, I think at this point in the game, Yasuo does not need to split push whatsoever at this point. All he needs to do is grip with his team, and I'm pretty sure that he will actually do very well. Especially when you've got a Diana and a Katarina in the game. Both of them are assassins. Like, why he is split pushing, I do not know. Zeraf is waiting in a bush, and so is the Lux. So much so that Jin Zhao gets taken down again. And Jin Zhao is mostly an early game champion, to a point, but does scale reasonably well in certain places. But you can see he's falling off just a little bit. Ezreal gets in a very good ult, and as well as that, the Yasuo TP's in, and I just see a very good opportunity. I just think, Yasuo, you TP'd in a very bad place, and we just completely annihilate him for that. So we're going to start now pushing in bot lane. Diana has also pushed in the mid lane in all of this, by the way. Ezreal said to me that he's that I have got TP, which is probably the right thing, but I'm thinking like I don't want to leave the Ezreal alone. We've got a Xerath that is now starting to push into the Diana, but I'm just thinking, I don't think we can end right at this specific moment, but we've just got so much pressure in 2 different lanes now that it is possible that we might be able to do it now. And through all of that, Diana manages to get an ace. The Lux does try and get a ult onto Diana, but Diana does use her Zonya's. Katarina gets killed, and I'm just gonna look to win the game right here. I'm just thinking I'm not gonna waste time. You know, I'm just gonna end it right here. And there you go, that's the game. So, we do manage to do very, very well through all of that. A very difficult game. The laning phase was very difficult. And it took a little while for us to start coming back into the game. But I will say the main reason why, like, Yasuo could have easily won this game for his team. But I believe that the sole reason why that we won this game in particular was because the Yasuo was permanently split pushing, which his teammates wasn't really able to kind of like push as hard as what he could, and because of that Yasuo was overextended. Yasuo couldn't then go over to his teammate to ask for support, but Yasuo just kept on dying, you know, which wasn't really helping out his allies in the end, which was, I believe, the sole reason why we managed to win this game. So I'm going to leave it there. That was a game with Tahm Kench. I am going to be recording more top lane games. There is a new patch coming out later on this week, so I won't be recording one for until the next patch comes out. So you'll see this on the Saturday, which the patch would have already been released. So, but I've just figured that this would be a very good game for you guys to watch, to see how I'm doing with League of Legends games, because I know obviously I am getting a decent amount of views as well from League of Legends content, and I do want to carry on that. So if obviously you are here for League of Legends content and haven't seen any for a little while, then I do apologise for that, but hopefully you do enjoy the content. And if you do, if you are new to the channel and do want to see more, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also if you do enjoy this video in particular, then click the like button as well, as it does help me out quite a lot. But otherwise, I am going to end it there. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I shall see you guys next time.